Explain to me why you had to build the home this way. Because you
Before-
did have to build the home this way, is that
Exactly.
correct? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was here before? It was a little tiny 1921 duplex at the back of the lot, which was kind of characteristic of the historic properties. For some reason, they're all built back on the back of the lot.
Better view, probably.
Better view, yeah, for sure.
So there was 2 units
There were
in
2
a
units,
single building.
Tiny. It was, the whole structure was 1,100 square feet.
Oh, wow.
There was 1 bedroom on the top, and 1 bedroom on the bottom, and then there was a garage down here. So because there was 2 units here, it was a requirement to get approval to put 2 units back. The ADU suffices as a second unit.
That's great. So that's why you had to do the single family home with an attached ADU,
Right.
all inside one building.
Yeah, and the reason why it had to be a single family with an ADU is because local zoning is such that to today's standards of the city, you could only build a single family.
Right.
You couldn't build 2 townhomes here.
2
It's
equal
R2.
sized units.
Right.
Yeah.
You just, it's not possible because
Right.
even though it's R2 zoning, the lot size is such, it's street to alley lot, but it's such
Right.
that you cannot build 2 townhomes here.
So would you say there's a little bit of a tug of war between what the city has zoned things for versus what that new law in 2019 that the state kind of dictated?
Absolutely. That's an understatement.
Okay.
Yeah, because the local zoning code has much less density
Right,
to it than what was in the past.
right.
So we're finding this with a lot of buildings where there was a duplex and now you can only build a single family. So that puts a lot of property owners in a pickle, in this tug of war between the city and the state, the new
Yeah.
state requirements.
Yeah, I mean, just to expand on that,
Yeah.
I mean, the city of Hermosa Beach kind of is coming from a place where they think they're dense enough. And the state is coming from a place where there's a quote unquote housing shortage.
Right.
And so in their mind, they're saying you had 2 units here. We don't want you to go down to 1. And in theory, over time, making it less dense. We want you to keep the density or even increase the density.
Yeah.
And so it's a blanket rule across the state, but it's got a unique effect in small towns like Hermosa Beach.
Yeah.
And we're seeing people on all sides really kind of grapple with this, right? The coastal, especially in the coastal zone, they want a lot of say in it. The city has their own opinion but doesn't have much control. Then
Yeah.
you have the old homeowner that doesn't realize it's not quite worth what it was because you can't quite develop it the way you used to.
Yeah.
And then you have developers kind of shying away from some of these situations. So it's a really interesting circumstance, and we're just kind of at the beginning of all this.